Uh-oh, she's deadly. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back on the 353 346 conversion. The last video you guys seen, we tore the saw down. What I've done here this afternoon is I've came in here and timed everything out, checked squish. Band looks real nice in the uniform. Yeah, right now we're looking really good, but it'll be tomorrow afternoon, I guess, before I get in here and get into some port work on it. Alright guys, it's the next afternoon and I'm telling you, it is cold here. So if you hear a little background noise, it's the heat going in here. But we ain't going without heat, just like the air conditioning in the summer. But you guys will look at the cylinder again before we get into the port work on it. Really nice. I'm going to start with the exhaust port and transfers, and then usually the intake I do last because it's usually the easiest port to do. But quick look at port work for you guys. I've actually spent a couple afternoons on this cylinder, I'm not going to lie. You hear some builders talk about, I don't like to port Huskies, I don't port Huskies. It would be this style of cylinder, I would imagine. I didn't do nothing with the lowers. They're huge anyway on this thing. And the intake port, mainly just done some blend, some flow characteristic work there, and flattened the floor, and of course took timing out of there, what little bit I needed. Yeah. This thing should run really good. Next thing I guess I'll show you guys is the muffler that he sent with it. And here is that muffler. It's in a Farmer Tech box. I wasn't aware they made these. I'll have to look into that. There's a couple things I had to fix on this. The spring on the carb linkage was not right, and there's like a holder on this air horn. The choke rod kind of lays over in, and it was broken on this one. You see that on about every other one of these I get in here or work on. Pretty easy to fix. You just take a good zip tie and loop around, and it holds it just fine into place where it's not, I mean, you can just leave it the way it is, but it would just kind of just flop around there and take the risk of falling off. But yeah, works just fine. There's two little things I wanted to point out on that. Oh, she's deadly. It did cut pretty good for a safety chain or whatever. Well, guys, I'm gonna call that success. She is a ripper, which the 346 saws always are. I'm just gonna make a final go over of everything, get her cleaned up, boxed up, and ready to go back home. By the time you guys see this, it'll probably already be in the mail. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, supporting the channel. If you don't care, give us a thumbs up. Believe it or not, it really helps. And as always, y'all have a good one.